At exactly 5:40 in the morning, the church bell rang. No priest pulled the rope. The sound came from the ground itself, from tanks rolling through the village square, shaking stone and memory alike. In that moment, the women understood something they would never forget. This was not an occupation. This was captivity. For the next 48 hours, the village would not vanish from maps. It would vanish from mercy. Before the war reached them, the village believed it was invisible, too small to matter, too poor to be noticed, too quiet to be remembered. Women hung laundry at dawn. Children ran barefoot through mud roads. Songs still lived in kitchens. Elena believed the war would pass around them. She was wrong. War does not pass. It enters. The trucks arrived first, then the soldiers, then the silence. Men were pulled into the square, faces pressed to the dirt, hands shaking despite their efforts to stay strong. Women were ordered back inside their homes. Doors closed all at once, like a single breath held too long. Behind those walls, time slowed and fear grew loud. Elena held her younger sister as footsteps climbed their stairs. Each step felt like a countdown. That night, no one slept. Women lay awake listening to foreign voices shouting below their windows. Furniture scraped across floors that did not belong to them. Laughter echoed where laughter should never exist. Once, a scream cut through the darkness, short, sharp, and suddenly gone. No one asked who it was. Everyone already knew. Fear became a rule. Stay quiet. Stay invisible. Stay alive. By the second day, Elena had learned how to stand without shaking. That was when the officer noticed her. Lieutenant Carl Weiss did not notice her beauty. He noticed her silence. While others cried or trembled, Elena stood still, eyes lowered, spine straight, breath controlled. Strength like that does not go unseen in places ruled by power. She was ordered to the command house, not with anger, with calm, and calm in war is terrifying. Inside the command house, the air felt wrong. Clocks ticked too loudly. Footsteps echoed too long. Elena cleaned floors she never remembered being stained, floors where decisions were made about transport, punishment, disappearance. Carl never touched her. That was worse. Silence followed her everywhere, heavy and watchful. At night, he asked questions, names, families, who might resist. Each answer felt like betrayal. Each silence felt like a death sentence waiting to happen. One night, artillery shook the windows. The lights flickered. Elena froze where she stood. Carl stepped closer, close enough for her to feel his breath. "If I were kind," he asked quietly, "would that change anything?" She hated him for asking. She hated herself for answering. No. For the first time, something cracked behind his eyes. War had ruined him long before it reached her village. And in that ruin, something dangerous began to grow. Just before dawn on the second night, new orders arrived. The village was to be cleared. Some women would be transported. Some would disappear. Some would be left behind with nothing but silence. Carl read the list once, then folded it, then burned it. He handed Elena a travel pass. "One person," he said. "One chance." She looked at him, truly looked and understood. This was not love. This was guilt fighting obedience, left before sunrise. Behind her, smoke rose slowly into the pale sky. Gunshots echoed once, then stopped. She never learned who survived. She never learned what Carl chose in the end. Only this: she lived. And living carried a heavier weight than dying. Years later, Elena still woke at night, still counted footsteps that were not there, still waited for knocks that never came. Because hell does not always last forever, but it leaves marks. Deep ones. The war ended. The silence never did.